Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sunny Side. I'm Sunny, and today I'm going to tell you guys why everyone hates Virgo. Alright, you guys better settle back. This is going to hurt. Not really. It's not going to hurt Virgo. Alright, anyways, before we begin, I created a Patreon account and a PayPal donation button for everyone who wants to help support the channel. Every little bit helps, and I super appreciate the support. And all of that, the links to that stuff's in the description box below. And of course, if you can't help like that, every little bit helps support the channel, and I super appreciate all of it. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, then hit the unsubscribe key. And of course, please share it with your friends on Facebook, and tweet it out to your homies on Twitter. And if you haven't subscribed yet, of course, please subscribe to the channel. And last but not least, I'm available for astrological readings now, for astro consultations if you want to know about what's coming up in your love life, in your career, or financially. And that's about it. All right, that's the action. Let's get down to the list. Let's get down to the action. All right, here we go. All right, this is the action. So settle in. Grain of salt, Virgo. We all know why all of the other astrologers, okay, and people in general get turned off by Virgo, okay? This is kind of common knowledge, and it's kind of obvious, right? The characteristics are both in your face, and once again, they're obvious. So we might as well get these ones out of the way first. And that's Virgo's constant complaining, all right? Now, like, seriously, I have no idea why they're really like this, right? I mean, no one wants to be constantly criticized, and even Virgos themselves know deep down inside that they aren't perfect. I mean, they're not, some of them are pretty good, but most of them, they're not even close, right? And I mean, it's Libra that's the sign of judging, in the zodiac, and they're the ones with the high standards. Virgo, that's not Virgo's thing, so I don't know why they act like it. But they are the sign responsible for counting everything. These are the guys in astrology who are responsible, symbolically, for harvesting the crops and getting those crops ready for market. Virgo is the sign of diligent, hard, and everyday work, all right? But Virgo's an earth sign that's ruled by Mercury, and that means thinking about physical and tangible things, all right? You guys got that? In English, that means paying attention to details, and that's a very big deal when you're looking at Virgo here. Okay, now think about it. If you were hardwired to see and feel the details of every situation, right? The details of every situation, the details a lot of stuff, right? And most things have a lot of details, right? And if something is off, which is almost always the case, right? And I mean, no detail can always be in place at all times. Like that's just not the nature of a living and, breathing, expansive and contracting world. It's just not. And everything expands and contracts at its own rate. And you guys should already know this. I mean, this is simple stuff. And Virgos definitely know this, okay? But just because you know something doesn't mean you can feel it, or you can respond to it, or you can internally embrace it and, let it become part of your essence and how you see things, right? I mean, people hate for all kinds of reasons. Like, as an example, okay? People hate for all kinds of reasons, right? And, and a lot of them are make-believe, and a lot of people throw stones without checking the facts, all right? And even if they do check the facts, they just don't believe them. And it's just the way it is sometimes. And it's not going to change anytime soon. And that's not anything bad about Virgo, per se. It's about all of us. And but I don't expect Virgo to change on that anytime soon. Now, Virgo also rules the 6th house of the Western zodiac, and many astrologers call that the house of service, all right? There's an axis of service in here. Pisces is on one side and Virgo's on the other, and this means Virgo is here to physically help you. And again, it's hardwired into who they are and what they believe and what they feel is their sole purpose here on the planet. But I don't know if they're going to do on other planets, but on this planet, that's what they're here for. But Virgos have needs too, okay? And one of the big needs is to be acknowledged. Virgo's got a lot to offer, and they don't like to go blah, 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 and have to stay in the background. Oh, let's just acknowledge them. They're not looking for the light. They like to help. Anyways, and Virgos, they put in a lot of effort to help you, and they just want a little recognition from time to time. Not the entire center of attention, just a little acknowledgement and a whole lot of respect, and they definitely deserve it. And I don't think it's a big deal, but Virgo, you don't have to constantly complain about it, okay? Anyways, before we move on, let's just say some people are controlling, all right? There are a lot of signs that are super control freak signs, and Virgos can be some of the worst of it, right? Yes, they can be clean freaks. Yes, they can be sticklers for the rules. Yes, they worry, and yes, they are the sign of service to others, and they are trying to help you. But it's not always the case, right? You know, just a heads up. Not all Virgos are clean freaks. Not at all. Not all of them are controlling. Not every Virgo is a closet sex freak. You know, most of them are, but not all of them. But all Virgos see the details very clearly. And because they spend most of their time helping you, then it's just natural for them, you know? To point out the faults, right? And I mean, it does come with the territory. You know, you can't ask someone what they think and not expect an answer, okay? Just saying. All right, so Virgo's critical and they're vocal about it. But so what? You know, it's not really a big deal. But anyways, having said that, one of the biggest reasons people don't like Virgos, and it's the most popular one, it's because they complain too much. All right, Sonny, I get that. That makes sense. But there's a little more, okay? Virgo is also part of the axis of health, okay? Oh, I think I just said this. And service to others. And they're the #1 team players of the zodiac. You guys got that? You'd be lucky to have a Virgo on your team. I opened this studio with a Virgo. And then she complained too much, so I had to kick her out. Okay. But, as always, there's always two sides to every story. And the other side of this particular coin, okay, the other side of service to others is being selfish. All right? Keep that in mind. And Virgo is definitely one of the worst of it, especially if they don't get their way. And doubly especially, all right, if you choose someone else's view based on a gut instinct. Virgo will absolutely hate that, you know, and they just won't comprehend it. It will not resonate with their essence. They'll be like, how could they choose that? That don't make no sense. All the facts line up here. Why? All right, and they're right, okay? But at the same time, you know, buddy hit the boogie. So like, you know, facts ain't all the action they cracked up to be. Just saying, anyways. So, all right. So, and doubly especially if they choose someone else based on a gut instinct. Okay, Virgos will hate that. It makes sense. And but before you hit the freak, okay, take a moment and think about this for a second. All right, let's look at this: helping others, and on the other side, being selfish and doing it for themselves. You know, their own personal mercenary reasons or whatever. Right? Okay. Let's look at another sign. Taurus is the most tranquil and placid sign of the entire zodiac. But Taurus also has, by far and away, the worst temper. They are extremely violent when they get upset. All right? And how about Leo is the most showy and proud sign of the entire zodiac, but they can also be the most humble. You know? Just saying there's a good and bad to everyone, you know? And it kind of lines up in certain ways on these axes. Okay, whatever. Next! No holding back. You guys ready? The next reason that everyone hates Virgo, and this is a pretty serious one here. Virgo is a completely sneaky sign. And, I mean, with the territory comes the obvious complementary characteristic of being completely untrusting as well. And again, freak all you want, guys. But they're ruled by Mercury, which is the trickster planet of, and, you know, that's just an astrological fact. That's the deal. Virgos not only think they have some kind of monopoly on the truth, but they also think they see things that you can't. Right? Very true. Watch that. And all right, this is a little harsh, but Virgos also think you're stupid, all right? Just a heads up. And worse than that, they say it too. I don't know how many Virgos I've heard just, we're hanging out, you know, and they're like, that guy's stupid, that guy's stupid. I'm like, why you gotta be hate people like that? You don't have to be, you know, like, give a guy a break, man, you know? Anyways, the truth is, Virgos don't trust, and they're always saying and doing things to test you to see if you're telling the truth, all right? Shall I repeat that? Okay. Here's another fact. Virgo is one of the best signs in the entire zodiac of taking in and processing information. So yeah, they always hear you. I didn't have to repeat myself. Okay? But they will ask you to repeat yourself just to see if they can catch you in a lie, and they do it all the time. Heads up. Now, insecurities and trusting don't have to be a problem, right? Unless you make it a problem. You know, just be cool and don't give your partner any reason to mistrust you, and it should be cool. But with Virgo, even the littlest things can become a problem quickly. They're the sign of details, right? Remember, keep that in mind, the sign of details. right? They see the entire path or journey or progress laid out before them. So once again, little deviations in the plan could seriously disrupt the likelihood of arriving at the destination. And if you realize how deeply Virgos, they feel this, or how ingrained it's become in their perspective, then you'd probably give them a break on it. If you could see it like this too, you'd probably worry about it as well. But having said that, Virgo does have to learn that their way isn't the only way, and the bumps in the journey are part of the growth process, and to help you along in other adventures. If you don't have bumps in this adventure, you're going to be in a lot of trouble in the next adventure. Some of the bumps are learning experiences and you need them. Why don't we just read the book, Sonny, and then we don't have the problem, there could be no bumps. All right. Okay, just go read the book. Okay, whatever. But anyways, we're talking about Virgo being untrusting and constantly dumping on you. Now again, it's not the worst thing in the world, and it's a natural result of their programming or their intrinsic, perspective. And if you could see and feel the good and bad that life has to offer the way Virgo does, then you'd probably be untrusting as well. Just saying. But it all depends who you are inside. People who need others, usually complain a lot. People who don't will just get rid of them. Virgos need others. They're naturally supportive team players, and it's not always that they don't trust you, okay? I know I said it's because they don't trust you. They don't trust anything. So don't take it personally. But again, we're all different, right? Anyways, Virgo knows the importance of others, and they may be a dick about their insecurities at times, straight up, but they're just protecting themselves. They see the bad in life, and although they're trying to catch you in a lie, they know you're not going to make it to your destiny on your own. And I know this all seems weird, right? And it is. But Virgo is actually, okay, let's lay into this one, okay? Virgo's, with all this mentalness that's going on, Virgo's actually trying to protect you, all right? And it's not that they don't really trust you. It's not really necessarily the action. It's just, once again, they think you're kind of stupid, and they don't trust everyone else, okay? It's not that your partner doesn't trust you. They don't trust anyone, including the world, especially the world around you. So they're constantly checking to see if everything is still cool. They don't want you to even look in a foul direction, because Virgo brains go so far down that path so quickly that you just don't send your Virgo there, You don't point them in that direction, and it's always going to be cool. They're going to try and twist you to look in that direction and go, don't let it happen. Just say, yo, baby, it's all cool. I don't know what kind of scene funky going on with that over there. I'm not interested. I didn't even know that was a thing, Come over here. Let's plan our future together. Let's go do something tangible and detail-oriented and, let's go knit something. Let's stay busy. And, anyways. All right. Anyway, so that's the action. But it's still annoying, okay? And it's a major reason why everyone hates Virgo. They don't trust everyone. Next, Virgos think their way is the only way, all right? And this is kind of weird, kind of, not really maybe, but maybe, okay? Virgos think their way is the only way. Like they have some kind of monopoly on the best way to do things. And personally, I just don't get it. Yes, once again, Virgo is an earth sign, so it has to do with the facts at hand, tangible stuff maybe. And you gotta go, okay, listen up. You gotta go on the information you know instead of gambling or trusting some intuition or divine providence sometimes. I mean, I kind of get it, right? Especially if you're dealing with other people's stuff all the time, which Virgo is. All right? So let's look at it another way. The 6th house is the house of hard work. It's the house of physical health and service to others. There's no speculation or flowery action here, all right? That's a different part of the chart. So if you're constantly helping others, or you're responsible for everyone's safety or someone's security, and definitely if you're responsible for someone's money, Virgo's one of the top money managers out there, you kind of want to get it right. Just saying. Or at least have a really good reason why you screwed it up, okay? And, all right, Virgos know all about blame. Okay, Virgo's the number one blaming sign, right? So, they know blame inside out. They're the number one nitpicky sign. And they don't like criticism. and they really don't want to be wrong. And yeah, they constantly manipulate facts to try and look good or shift blame, and they tend to do all of the bad stuff just to pin the blame on facts. And none of that really is annoying, right? So, but having said that, it does get bad. What? I think I missed something here. Okay, so, what am I saying? What are you trying to say here, Sonny? What are you trying to say, Sonny? Okay, that's a good question, man. Let's check this action out. So, okay, one of the things Virgo does is they hide behind the facts, right? They do everything, lay out the facts, and they, watch the comment section. Virgo's going to be like, blah, 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 and then they're going to have a link to some other article. Or they're going to say, blah, 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 and they're going to say, fact this, fact this, fact this. But, like, come on, man. The reason they do it is because, they're responsible for taking care of everyone. And if things go sideways, which they do often in life, because life is it's expansive and it's contractive. We live in we exist in a living environment here. Then they just don't want to. This is how they cope. They're not like some of the signs that have natural protection around them. Virgos, they're in the tarot. They're represented by the Hermit. They're a sign that has two sides to them. An open side that you see, and a very private side that is a total, you would never expect it. And, they don't want those two worlds to cross. So, they're very, and when you throw a stone, you're going to crack it open. And so Virgos does everything in their power to prevent that. And one of the things they use as a shield against those stones that they know are coming, especially, again, if they screw it up, then is the facts. Don't blame me. These are the facts. This is what happened. Why are you blaming me? You said it was okay. I wouldn't have invested in that. I didn't invest my money in that. I don't know why you invested. You said it was okay, so I went ahead and did it. Read the fine print. It's there for a reason. That's Virgo in action. All right, next. Continuing along. All right, so the Virgos want to have a reason. They want to have a reason, and they know all about blame, and they don't like the criticism. Nobody does, right? And anyways, they constantly manipulate facts to try and look good or shift blame. And they do all of the bad stuff just to pin blame on the facts. And again, none of that's really bad, but it is annoying. All right? Now, having said all of that, it can get bad. Shifting blame is one thing, and we all do it to some extent at times. But Virgos also try and shift the light. Right? Now, I'm not going to get too down on them for it because a lot of signs do this. It's part of persuasion. It's if you study that stuff, it's all about it. Anyways, I'm bringing it up because on the other side of the coin here, because it's on the other side of the coin. But just like they'll say something is wrong and point to a particular irrelevant fact, they'll also say they deserve something, again, because of some partially related fact. And this is freaking annoying, man. I gotta say. Sometimes it's tough to argue with the facts, but sometimes Virgo makes it awfully easy. Right? So yeah, a very major reason why everyone hates Virgo, or maybe it's just me who hates this, I don't know, but it's because I'm a water sign, we're highly intuitive here. But one of the reasons I think everybody hates Virgo is that they twist the facts for better or worse. Now, so that's the popular stuff, right? And here's something else. But I read something recently that said another reason, they said Virgos can't distinguish between emotional commitment and a casual conversation. And I thought this is interesting. So sometimes, people are just opening up and being friendly, all right? And the article then goes on to say that Virgos tend to see things in black and white. And if you open yourself up emotionally to a Virgo, then they'll think you're bonding with them and you're suddenly in a relationship. Again, leave your comments in the comment section below. This is not my idea. This is what I'm letting you guys... Anyways, and I have seen this a couple of times. It's not part of what I studied in astrology, but I read it, and I thought it was kind of interesting, so I'm showing it to you guys. All right, next. Anyways, so that's what I read. Here's my 2 cents on that. Maybe. I never really thought about it, right? But now that it's mentioned, well, the Virgos that I know, for the most part, a lot of the Virgos I know are polyamorous. I'm not judging anyone here, right? Just saying. And in that sense, I don't really think they fall in love with anyone, right? I don't necessarily know the scene. But then again, I've been around some real shady Virgos lately, okay? Okay, Sonny, what about the rest of the Virgos? You're not on it. Okay, you got a good point, man. All right, what about the good ones? Okay, I'll have to say that the good Virgos are really good. They're some of the best people in the entire zodiac. All right, and they fall in and out of love just like everyone else. And there's no real astrological reason for it, you know? Yeah, Virgos like to help others. And the opposite sign of Virgo is Pisces. And we all know Pisces falls very quickly for the underdog. So I guess it's logical for Virgo to fall in love quickly with someone who's just being friendly, you know? But for me anyways, this point is still undefined. But I did bring it up because I thought it was interesting. And I would like to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below. Anyways, the real reasons why everyone hates Virgo isn't only because they're nitpicky control freaks who only see things one way and hide behind messed up facts. It's because... No, I think that's pretty much the reason. Alright, take it all with a grain of salt. Scorpio's up next. You guys can throw stones at me then. From the SunnySide.net, I'm Sonny, wishing everyone the absolute best of a beautiful week. Take it all with a grain of salt. What's wrong with you guys? And I'll see you all soon.